All right, definitely an exciting time for Canadian tennis stars at the U.S. Open. So let's talk about this live once again this morning. Lukas Weese of The Athletic. Lukas, good to see you again 2 days in a row. And that means we're talking good news for Canadian tennis. El Chapo, Felix through to the next round. What did you see in those matches yesterday?
Well, thanks for having me on, Nick and Courtney. Look, the biggest news of the day yesterday was definitely Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift getting engaged, but also for Canadian tennis, both Denis Shapovalov and Felix Auger-Aliassime advancing. Look, I was really impressed with Denis's ability to break serve against Martin Fucsovics. He broke 8 times in that match. And as we all know, watching Denis, when it all clicks, he can be a top 20 player, and he definitely showed that in that match yesterday, advancing the second round. And as for Felix, I thought that Auger-Aliassime really showed his resilience. It was a tight battle out there on court 17 against Billy Harris. And for Felix to prevail in that second set tiebreak and win that match in straight sets after losing a year ago in the first round was a huge confidence boost for him going forward.
Yeah, those slams have been a little disappointing for Felix lately. I just want to circle back to El Chapo really quickly, Lukas, because his record after winning the first 2 sets in a Grand Slam, 28-0. You cover a lot of tennis. That's an impressive record to have never lost when leading after 2 sets.
And it's the 27th seed.
Yeah, like I think for Denis, he's just someone that once he gets out to that lead, he's just someone that battles. And again, when things are going his way, he can just really unleash those powerful ground strokes, which are a trademark part of his game. So for Denis, you know, that's just a great confidence boost. But again, like Felix, he hasn't been able to just show that consistency. So it was really nice to stay in front of a large Canadian contingent of fans on a beautiful day at Flushing Meadows for him to be able to do so.
Yeah. Okay, Lukas, I want to talk about this. As much as I want to talk about Layla's, singles prowess, I really want to talk about the fact that she's playing doubles with Venus Williams. Do you know how this came about? Did Venus say, hey, Layla, do you want to play? Like, do you know the backstory to this?
Well, the interesting thing was that Layla's doubles partner originally, Marie Buskova, had to pull out due to injury. And then what happened was it was a little bit of a last-minute ditch effort. Layla and her team talked about it, and they called Venus Williams and communicated with their team and said, hey, do you want to play doubles? And for Venus, she lost a valiant 3-set match in the singles competition, looking great. And, of course, Venus is a 14-time doubles champion. And Layla's someone that looks up to the Williams sisters a lot, really sees a lot in their family story compared to hers. And Layla said, look, playing with a tennis legend, she wasn't going to say no. And it's going to be very fascinating to watch those two play. And hopefully they could have a little bit of a run.
Absolutely. Okay, Lukas, I really appreciate you filling that in because I kind of thought it would have been the other way with just Venus with the career record. Okay, so that's interesting. Let's talk Gabriel Diallo. I'm assuming he's in action today after winning a couple of days ago.
Yeah, Gabriel Diallo, someone, look, again, last year he had this breakthrough win on court 17 in 5 sets over Arthur Fees. And he just has such a big game and someone that loves to revel with the crowd's energy. He always talks about how these big atmospheres like at a slam remind him of his college tennis days at the University of Kentucky. So this is someone that is just gaining a lot of confidence. He's a young player, and I think that this is somebody that could maybe make some noise here at the U.S. Open. Look, he's in a tough part of the draw, perhaps having to face Jannik Sinner in rounds down the line, but this is all learning experience for him as he continues to grow and get better.
And Lukas, what are some of the other storylines? I know we focused a lot on Canadian tennis here, but what are the other big storylines playing out at the Open right now?
Well, certainly last night, Coco Gauff, right? I mean, she had this gritty 3-set win against Ayla Tomljanovic where Gauff was serving for the match in the 3rd set, got broken, but then broke back and eventually held serve. And she is actually working with the same serve coach that helped Aryna Sabalenka's serve get better. So for her to be able to change her entire serving motion really a few days ago and trying to, have a run here at the U.S. Open is just so impressive. And the other thing too, Nick, is just the crowd was just so electric last night. It was filled to the brim at Arthur Ashe Stadium. And when it is like that, it is just buzzing in the biggest tennis stadium in the world. So that, I would say, is one of the big stories. Coco Gauff changing her serve just a mere days ago, advancing the first round and looking to build off of that going forward.
Right. It's kind of like Tiger Woods changing his golf swing throughout his career. Pretty hard to imagine getting better, especially Coco. Amazing skills with her serve. Okay, Lukas Weese from The Athletic. Appreciate this, Lukas. Thanks so much. Appreciate these updates the last couple of days.
Thanks, Nick. Have a good one.